So I had my contact manager application here. APK. So I have installed that application into this mobile device, and let's see a simple scenario to automate this application and adding a contact here. And the main thing in native mobile automation is inspecting your elements. Now you don't have a Chrome browser, right? So you cannot, suppose if you're launching a native application, your Chrome browser will not inspect, will not show this native things in your mobile. Okay, so let me refresh this one. So it is not showing anything. So okay, let me close this Chrome browser. Yeah, so if I refresh here, I will not have any session, active session. I'll just see only the device. But since I'm launching a contact manager native application, I cannot see any session available here. Then how can I inspect the ID or the resource ID, name, text for these native applications? Here comes UI Automator. So we will see how to launch UI Automator and check this XPath for native applications. So before that, let's have a quick break for 5 minutes, guys. Okay. So we'll meet at 3:10. Is that fine? Okay, guys, let's resume the session. So before going into native, let's see what is Android SDK here. So in our Android SDK, sorry, under Tools folder, okay. So you have something called bin folder. You have UI automated.batch. So you have a lot of batch files here, SDK manager, monkey runner like this. So you have UI automator batch here. So you open this batch file. When you execute this batch file, you will get a window here like this, UI automator viewer. Okay. So now you have some options here to take a screenshot of your device. Let's say I'm taking a screenshot of my device which is connected HTML code. Similarly, when you take a screenshot of any device, let's say this is my city. If I want to view this particular city, these are my elements. I have ID here. No, your package is not required. So class resource are your IDs. So you will get some content description. So for native, you have content description also. Let's take one more screenshot here with these applications. Yeah. Now this is the screen element. Let's say if you want to click on contact manager, you can see the contact manager. What is the text? Then you can tools, right? Under platform tools, we have seen what is ADB. ADB is used to connect the devices and show how many devices are there, communicate with your device like this. Now you have your UI Automator under tools folder. If you're not able to see UI Automator batch under tools, just go inside bin folder. So under bin folder, you will have UI Automator viewer batch. Okay, just double click this batch file. You will get UI Automator viewer window. So this is your UI Automator viewer window. Now you have options here to take a screenshot here. Take the screenshots. So then it will show you the list of the screen DOM properties here. In the right side, you can see the DOM properties like this. Okay, now let's say you don't worry about launching your application, guys. To launch your application, you don't need to go to home screen like this and identify the object for this and all. It's not required because you are using your package name and activity name, right, to launching your application, installing, uninstalling. So already your application will be launched here like this if you provide in your capabilities. That we will see later how we are doing that launch and all. So this is my application which I need to automate it. Okay. So now if I want to inspect the elements for this application, so if I want to identify the elements here, so just click on inspect UI Automator button, click on this button, take a screenshot again. So you will get a screenshot of the device. Now click on this button, add contact button. So now we can see the properties of this button. Text is add contact. Your ID is from here you can consider your ID. This is your ID, add contact button, and this is your class, Android class. It's under widget button, and so your package name is this one. Okay, so copy your package name. Let's see what is the code difference. The code what you're writing, what is different between native and web applications. Okay, so this is the process to set up for mobile web, right? For mobile native, Android native, let's see what is the process. here. So the process is same till first 3 steps, guys. It is as it is here. Now in desired capabilities, now for web you have these desired capabilities. For native, what is not required in these capabilities, guys? So you have platform name, you have browser name, you have version, and you have device name, which is not required for native here. So browser is not required because it is you're not automating your web application, correct? So your browser is not required. Rest 3 capabilities. Let me create a class here. Copy this class, clone this class and say Android native. So we don't need browser here. So let's comment this part, browser part. And so there are 2 attributes which I keep on pressing while I was explaining about native applications, right? What is very important when you're working with Android apps? So if you see here, so package name and activity name. You have an idea about what is a package name? Yes. So just provide in your capabilities which application you want to automate. So you will identify your application uniquely with package name. So just specify your capability key as package name. And what is the, how do you identify this package name, guys? For this Android contact manager, how do you identify this package name? Either you can get directly from here after launching UI Automator, or we have discussed some other method to identify the package name. So you can use current activity or ADB commands. ADB command to identify the package name. So since we already have the package name, let's provide that here. Okay. What is the other capability that you need to provide for your application? Your home screen activity. So what is your home screen after launching this particular application? So that we have got here as an activity name. Copy this one. And just provide here like app activity. Here you can provide an app package. Okay. So your app activity will your package name plus which particular page you are in. Suppose if you are in ad page, you add, but you need to provide the initial page so that your application will be launched in the initial page. Okay. Now save this one. Save this one. Let's go to the paint. So change in desired caps here, package and activity name added. Correct? Now your driver initialization. So if you use a WebDriver or remote WebDriver, will it work for Android application, guys? You are automating Android native application. If you are using your remote WebDriver, will it work? It will not work because it is native application. Your remote WebDriver will have capability, or remote WebDriver or WebDriver will have capability to work with only web elements. It will not have the capability to interact with your native elements like this. So add contact, something like, it will not have capability to interact with native elements. Clear? For that, you need to use Android, Android driver. It's an Android driver or native driver is there. So you can use Android driver or native driver. So I would suggest you to provide like this, or we can provide APM driver as well here. So any of these three, so these are three driver classes similar to WebDriver. So we have this Android driver, which is used purely for native automation of your application. This native driver is also a subset of Android driver. So you can just erase this native driver. So you have APM driver and Android driver, but I would suggest you to declare as APM driver, because if you give APM driver, you can work with both iOS as well as Android. The same code will work for iOS as well as Android. Just the change is you need to change your capabilities. You need to change your capabilities here. So here, what is the capability for web? This is the capabilities for native. Let me paste these capabilities here. So clear, guys? So the capabilities are platform name, version name, device name. So these are similar for all the native and web. The only additional capabilities are app package and app activity. So this will tell your script or your code what you have written for automation to go and consider that particular application you need to automate. So let me give a quick recap here. So the changes for native and web scripts are, so it's very minor changes. All your desired, you need to set desired capabilities in native also. Okay. So the only change is, instead of, you will remove the browser name. Instead of browser name, since you are automating to a particular native application, you need to identify this native application with package name and activity name. So you know how to find out app package and activity name, right? You can use current activity application, which is downloaded from Play Store, or you can use ADB devices, ADB commands. Check the PPT to get the package name using ADB commands, or launch UI Automator. Then you can see what is the package name of your application here. Okay. So copy this package name, then provide it here, and similarly you provide your home activity. What is your home page activity that you need to provide it here so that your application will be launched with home activity. So your design capabilities you clear what you need to set. Only package and activity is extra from the previous code and you need to remove your browser name. The next step is very important, guys. Driver initialization. So till now we have seen how to initialize your driver with Selenium WebDriver, or in Selenium Grid we have seen with remote WebDriver, or in APM web application automation we have seen with remote WebDriver. Now we are automating native APM native applications. So what are native applications? Which will sit in the mobile device on the mobile operating system and doesn't require internet connectivity or web. So when it is web is not communicated for that applications, you will not have any web elements. All the elements what you see will be your native elements, pure native elements. So now in UI Automator, you can see these are the pure native elements. So even if I switch off my Wi-Fi connection here, if I switch off my Wi-Fi connection here, I can see these native elements, correct? So we can get the XPath or the IDs. So you need to create XPath on your own. So you don't have right click on copying XPath here. So just select what is the element. So then you will get ID. So then you can write your XPath on our own or the text. Okay. Or you can use by also. So we know how to identify native elements also. So the next step is driver initialization. So instead of WebDriver, just declare as APM driver here. APM driver, or we can declare as Android driver also. Since you are working with only Android application, you can declare this as Android driver and import Android driver here. And you can provide Android driver here. Okay. And let's comment this code and check whether the application will launch in this mobile device or not. So let me close the application. Okay. Now I have no applications opened. So this is my APM server where I'm executing. Okay. So let me stop the restart it again. This is my application. This is my package name, and these are my device details and platform details. Let me execute this one. So this should launch the application. Okay. So no class definition. I think some jar is missing, guys. So just give a sec. I'll check what jar is missing here. So I think some client manager jar is missing. Okay, this is the code. What is the class name here? Client manager. Okay. So just give us a guys. I think it's a jar issue. So let's do one thing. Let's use APM driver and check, because I think Android jar is missing in mine. I will show you how to add Android driver as well. For time being, let's use the APM driver and check if you have any issues here. Blah blah blah. So JSON output, check whether you have JSON jar. Okay. So just give a sec, guys. I'll just refer whether the libraries are available or not. Okay. Guys, I would suggest for starters to use Maven project so that you will not miss out any jar files there. Right now I'm missing Android jar, so I can get that jar from SDK as well. Okay, and one more jar will be in Android. So the latest SDK has got many changes, guys. Yeah, it is the Android jar. Let's try it again. Let me check the build path here. Libraries. So just give me a second, guys. I will just try to figure out this issue. Let me check. Goa 23.6. This is Goa JRE. Let me download. So just a second, guys. Sorry guys, I was talking on mute. So let's discuss about this UI automation. So in UI automation, if you want to inspect your native element screens, just go to the SDK folder, go to tools folder, go to bin folder. There you can see UI automator viewer.batch file. So just double click the batch file, take a screenshot in UI automator viewer. So once you take your screenshot, then you will have it will take the latest screenshot, whatever the screen is available to you. Okay. Now you can inspect on each and every particular element what is available in your screen. Okay. So let's say if I'm clicking on this particular city, so it shows what is the text, what is the ID for that this one. So now you can use your ID like this: widget city name text as your ID, or the class. In Android, we have multiple classes, right? Text views, button views, widget buttons, like this. So this is your method in identifying your native elements in your application. Now let's say you have downloaded Amazon portal. Let me launch this Amazon application here in my mobile. So now if I want to automate this particular Amazon application, so use this UI automated screenshot, take a screenshot of this particular application here. So this screenshot will be fetched. Now you can get the native elements identification here. Let's say if you want to enter something in the search bar, so edit search bar is your name. So this is the search text. Class name is this one, package name is this, and you have your ID here, RS search text like this. Clear? So this is the way, using UI automator viewer, you will identify your native applications, native application elements. Clear, guys? So we will fix out this native errors. So this is just a jar files, jar file issue, library dependence. I will remove unnecessary jars which are not required here. I think we are missing some Goa version mismatch. The previous error you are familiar, right? Similar to that version is missing here. So we'll see that in our, we'll continue that in our next session. Okay. So any queries in identifying your native applications or in the native application setup? Don't worry about execution. So this code, I will not even modify a single line of code. It will work as it is. The only change is your jar files is not available. So we will see to eliminate this type of issues and configuration issues, we will create a Maven project. So in Maven project, we will be declaring your dependence in pym.xml, so that it will be eliminating. I will share you these projects and the Maven project. You can work with your in your assignments. Okay. So any queries, guys, in today's session? Yeah, we will create a Maven project tomorrow. So while clicking inspect link, if you get a blank screen, how to resolve? So do you mean here, right? During your Chrome inspect? It is Priya. Are you asking about Chrome? So just it is blank screen is coming just because we have minimized. I have minimized my browser here in my mobile. I have minimized this Chrome browser. That's why I am getting blank screen. So if you don't want to get that, just you should keep on launching your Chrome browser. If your Chrome browser is launched in mobile, then only it will inspect here. Okay. then only your Chrome will be inspectable here. Otherwise, if you are minimizing there, you cannot see here. Let's say, so this is inspector. Okay, and I have my mobile device here. Now let me minimize this screen. You cannot see this screen. Now the blank screen is coming here. Okay, you should always keep your Chrome browser active in your mobile device. So will you be creating my own project tomorrow? Yes, I will be creating my own project tomorrow. For native or web. So see, the setup is same, guys. So the jar files what you use for web and native are same, but your native will still use more class dependent libraries. So the setup is same. The libraries are same. So we will be setting up the project and we will work for both one test case, the same test case what we wrote, we will replicate in my own project also. Any other doubts, guys? Okay, if no queries, we are good to wind up the session. If any queries, we can discuss in our tomorrow's session, guys. Thanks for joining the session. Have a great day.